On June 6, 1944, over 156,000 Allied troops prepared for the largest amphibious invasion in history, Operation Overlord. As dawn broke, soldiers aboard landing crafts in the English Channel faced towering waves and freezing temperatures. Many were seasick, their stomachs churning with anxiety. The success of the Normandy landings hinged on surprise, but German forces were already on high alert. This was the beginning of a day that would change the course of World War II. As the landing crafts neared Omaha Beach, German machine guns opened fire. MG-42 tracers lit up the sky, cutting through the morning fog. The soldiers, crammed shoulder to shoulder, could hear bullets ricocheting off the metal ramps. Many never made it to shore. The first wave faced a 90% casualty rate. This was not just a battle, it was a slaughterhouse designed by Hitler's Atlantic Wall. One young soldier, Private John Miller, leaped into waist-deep water. His boots hit the sand at 6:36 a.m., precisely as a mortar shell exploded nearby. The force knocked him sideways, but he kept moving. Around him, men screamed as bullets tore through flesh. The beach was littered with obstacles: hedgehogs, mines, and barbed wire. Survival wasn't about skill, it was about luck. As Private Miller sprinted toward cover, a German sniper's bullet whizzed past his head, missing by less than an inch. The supersonic crack left his ears ringing. Later, he'd learned the bullet had killed the man behind him. This split-second difference between life and death became known among survivors as the Miracle of Omaha. For 3 seconds, Private Miller stood paralyzed. The reality of his near death hit him. One step slower, and he'd be gone. Around him, the beach was a nightmare of burning tanks, body parts, and medics desperately trying to save lives. The Omaha landing had a 41% casualty rate in the first hour alone. Survival felt like betrayal. Adrenaline overrode fear. Miller sprinted toward a seawall, zigzagging to avoid fire. His lungs burned from inhaled smoke. Reaching the wall, he joined a handful of survivors, mostly from the 1st Infantry Division. Their new objective: take out the German machine gun nests pinning down the beach. Failure meant more boys would die in the waves. Using grenades and Bangalore torpedoes, Miller's team attacked a concrete bunker. The German MG-42 inside had killed dozens. At 7:12 a.m., a grenade blast silenced it. This small victory allowed more troops to advance. Historians later credited these tiny breakthroughs for turning the tide at Omaha. By mid-morning, the Allies held a precarious strip of sand. Medics worked non-stop. The wounded outnumbered the living. Engineers cleared paths through mines, enabling tanks to advance. The cost was staggering: over 2,000 casualties at Omaha alone. But the beachhead was secured. Hitler's fortress Europe had been breached. Miller found a dead comrade, a boy from his hometown. They'd joked together on the transport ship. Now he pocketed the dog tag, vowing to deliver it to the family. This was the duality of D-Day: miraculous survival and senseless loss. The bullet that missed Miller by a second had stolen another man's future. As the sun set, survivors marched inland. The Normandy landings were just the beginning. 11 months of brutal fighting lay ahead. But June 6, 1944, proved Hitler could be beaten. For Private Miller and thousands like him, that 1 second of luck on Omaha Beach meant the chance to see victory in 1945. Their stories, often overshadowed by grand strategy, remind us that history hinges on individual moments.